From the beginning of this pandemic, my co-workers and I have stepped up to the call to battle this microbial killer called COVID-19 by making sure that the buses and trains of this city continue to move. And there have been consequences. Over 130 of us have perished. Thousands more have been infected with COVID-19, and many of us are still suffering the enduring, long-term after effects and ailments of an initial COVID-19 infection. We're not looking for a ticker-tape parade down the Canyon of Heroes. What we are looking for is to be recognized and treated with basic human decency.
Lost my job. I ended up getting COVID immediately after that, and I was too sick to really start applying for jobs. I also have I'm going through ongoing treatment for early stages of colon cancer, so I was very scared about what was going to happen with my health insurance, because it is literally my lifeline. I'm very grateful for this PSB. I'm grateful for the assistance that the airlines has gotten, because it's literally meant my life.
My dad got sick. My mom got sick. Younger sister was having a baby during the pandemic. I became this provider at the age of 33 for my family. It was a lot to deal with. And then I was so scared knowing that, what if this doesn't get extended? How am I going to take care of my family? Where am I going to get money from?
A lot of people were not wearing masks, and I'm always hearing operators getting assaulted, telling the passengers how to put their masks on, and sometimes you don't know if you should say something or not, but that puts my life in jeopardy and the passengers on the bus life in jeopardy. So you really at a crossroad when it comes to that, as well as everyday living of going home with small ones in the house. You don't know when you're going to come up positive. And that's a very scary feeling. Sometimes I don't even want to kiss the kids because I don't know what today has brought.
My father tested positive 3 days after me, and he lives above me. And he thought he wasn't going to make it. He thought he was going to die. He had a conversation with my sisters and I about it, and what we had to do in case he passed away. So knowing that I could have passed him that virus, which more than likely I got here at work, was physically, emotionally, and just mentally draining and devastating for me.
It was scary. I couldn't breathe coming into work. I walked to the train station, and I normally take a bus. I was so scared, But I'm adapting. Now I'm adapting. I lost a very good friend of mine, Caridad Santiago. She was a very good friend of mine, so it was very heartbreaking.
It's amazing how the politicization of wearing a mask became an issue. How that fear of coming home or potentially bringing home a potentially deadly virus to my family here just from going to work.
I am constantly checking the mirror, making sure that riders are keeping their masks on. They often pull the mask off, and that's when the real tension begins. I'm a bus driver, not a police officer. I don't need political debates on my bus, but that's the way things are right now.
What we need is prioritized access to any type of vaccination that does become available to keep our crews safe on these international voyages when we just don't have access to any type of medical care or medical assistance like you normally would on a land-based job. We also need the continued support of our State Department in advocating for crew changes and medical repatriations in foreign ports overseas, because as it is right now, a lot of these countries will not let us do any type of crew changes. Even a medical evacuation is extremely difficult, so we need the continued support of the State Department to advocate for these.
The biggest concern that we have today as a pilot group is that the status of international regulations varying from country to country is changing day by day. as our chief pilot just put it, it is a moving target, and it's very frustrating to be in the dark with regards to vaccination availability and priority, because we don't know when any of us can actually get the vaccine while we continue to operate in this environment, which I consider to be high exposure.
Amtrak workers need job security and a continued safe work environment. We need dedicated funding and non-wavering employment protections to keep essential train routes running through America.
Over the last 11 months, railroads have used the pandemic to further its continued reduction of manpower at the cost of safety. I have handled reports wherein carmen are forcibly working over 1,500 hours of overtime per month in addition to the regular 40-hour work week. The carmen are fatigued, yet expected to maintain the standard of unrealistic inspection policies as if fully staffed. Compounding this dangerous recipe for disaster are the recent relaxed regulations given to the railroads in light of the COVID pandemic. Personally, I have worked in the rail industry for almost 25 years. More equipment has derailed during the last 4 years than I have remembered in the previous 20. It's only a matter of time before fatigued workers, unrealistic inspection policies, and unqualified inspections result in a major incident in someone's neighborhood. I implore anyone who might be watching who has the authority to act to please act now.